habitat. I did not habitat the other rooms. I still continued living in my own room. I would even seldomly walk the house. I did not dare to. I still was confined in my room, making up all those scenarios when adventure would came knocking, when the great opportunity came to me, and I wanted to be ready. Some girls from the neighborhood ringed my bell, but I did not notice them. I tried to avoid them. I did not know much about women. I feared to being ridiculed. I always wanted to be with a girl, with a woman. This is what heroes supposed to do. Heroes always have a woman they care for, a woman which deep in their heart prays for their hero. Clark Kent had Lois Lane. Lois Lane was deeply in love with Superman, and this gave him the boost, the inner resolution. This is how I thought about a hero. A hero needs a woman to care about him, to be with him, and to admire him. This is what legends are made of. I feared because I hadn't become this hero now. I was still a stranger. I was a rookie who has not fought his first battle, who has not won over his first monster. I was a nobody, trapped in a silent, boring world. I wanted to talk about great deeds like Heracles. I wanted to talk all day long about my great adventures like Oedipus. I wanted to travel the world, but I didn't know how. So I kept wondering, when will this happen? When will adventure come to me? Time elapsed, day by day, month by month, and no one came knocking anymore. People looked at me in the town, a stranger, like someone who is alien, who is not living here, but somehow is part of this town, like a tree or a shady home you see at the outskirts of the city. You can't avoid it, but you always pass by it. I grew older. I matured. I stopped waiting for an adventure come knocking. I understood more and more that heroes seek adventure. I thought about Spider-Man. I thought about him saving the world, saving innocent people, saving those who are victims. And I thought about all those superheroes and that they had all magic powers. They were special. And more I realized I was not. I was silent. I knew I was just an ordinary man. I didn't have anything special, only a thought. But yet, still, I thought maybe I have it in me. Maybe deep buried, there is something special, something unique, which makes me extraordinary and which puts me into the deed to save people, to do good, and to become the hero what I supposed to be. I feared. I feared the moment when I understood that adventure does not seek me, but that I need to seek adventure. I never left the town. My entire life I spent here. The supermarket was near me. I even did never walk beyond the parameters of the supermarket. The school was near. In my youth, I would walk to school and back. I would never walk far beyond the borders. My life confined was confined into a small area which I would never leave. This was how I spent my lives, and this was how I was spending my lives then. I did not dare to go outside the town. I thought about these all these possibilities which might occur. What will I eat? Whom will I meet? How to book a hotel? How to talk with people? What will people ask me? How will I react? I thought about this a long time. I googled it. I tried to find out how you can socialize with other people. How can you talk to other people? In the beginning, I would always have this confidence, courage, the belief that I can do this, that I can walk out there into the wide world and seek adventure. This was my destiny. This was what I thought of me. But every time a new obstacle emerged, I could not find the courage to go beyond the borders. I was too scared. This is what I thought. I even noticed my mind making up some horror scenarios that I would meet some monster on the way. And since I am not a full-fledged hero, this monster would get rid of me. It would stop me on the way of becoming a hero. And what did I know? I did not fight a monster before. I was still a rookie. I still dreamed of the world outside. And I said to myself, things have changed. This is not the world of my ancestors anymore. Monsters have changed. Monsters have become vicious. Monsters, they know how heroes defend themselves. And for them, a rookie is an easy prey. They would immediately go after me, and I would not come to prove to myself and to the world the hero I am. I thought great of me. I thought to myself that once I get the opportunity to prove myself, I would become the greatest hero of all time. I was convinced of it, but it was too much at once if someone would demand it from me. So I stood home day by day, month by month, year by year. I kept watching out of the window the cars which would pass by, the people who would walk by, and all their lives I imagined that they would all have boring lives like mine, that they would have nothing to hope for and nothing to live for like my life, and that they think that they would be fulfilled, but they don't. They live the same lives day in and day out. Their lives are mundane. Why? Because they did not seek adventure. They don't want to put their lives in line. They thrill, they are not interested in anything beyond their comfort zone. And because they have given up waiting, waiting for an adventure which would eventually emerge, because they fear adventure, they follow their mundane lives and live and work from 9 to 5 every day. Their lives are void, whereas mine is still in the waiting. I thought of myself as someone who is waiting in a room for a greater adventure, like you are waiting in a waiting room at your doctor, and he finally takes you in and tells you that you are fine, that you are more than fine, that he has never seen a specimen like you. And then you detect something odd in his manner, something which struck you odd in the very same meaning. You look back, the receptionist sends all the people away. The doctor looks at you. His countenance becomes grimmer. He has a vicious smile. He is not the one who he said he was. He is different. Then you see this mask. He takes off his mask. It is a villain, a vicious individual who found you, the superhero, and now trapped you in his walls. But you knew that something like that was coming. You prepared for it. Your superpowers can save you from everything. You have confidence in you. You can do everything you want. You are a hero, the greatest hero of all time. People will read about you. People will talk about you. Everyone, every girl, every woman wants to be with you. All your waiting has come to an end. This evil doctor didn't stand a chance. You overcame him like you always do. You are the hero, the one whose story is told. Of course, you overcome any obstacle. Of course, you can do it. And in the end, it is about you and only about you. I was living and reliving these imaginations, these stories, and but adventure would not come. So I became distraught by the time. I became isolated from the world outside. My life became tasteless, without any joy, with nothing. I only left my home for a sole purpose, like going shopping, go to the supermarket, the groceries. I would not leave this invisible border which was set upon my life, and even as an adult, I did not dare to cross. I scared the world outside. They were still demanding of me. The longer I stood at home, the more I found excuses for not going out there, for not seeking adventure. The more I started to fear the world outside, fear their demands laid upon me. I started to fear those those eyes who were watching me, those eyes of disappointment, because I stood where I was. I I was the same over and over. I did not change. Sometimes I wonder what happened to all these peoples I met along the way.